Starting from nothing is a reality that many people face, but what's often overlooked is how it shapes you into a force to be reckoned with. When you begin with little to no resources, no network, and no cushion to fall back on, you develop a mindset and resilience that can't be bought or handed to you. It's in those moments of scarcity, struggle, and survival that your character is forged. Starting from nothing isn't a disadvantage. It's an opportunity to cultivate qualities that set you apart from the crowd. When you have nothing, you quickly learn the value of hard work. There's no entitlement, no expectation that things will be handed to you. Every step forward is something you earn, often through sweat, sacrifice, and persistence. This work ethic becomes your foundation, teaching you that effort and determination can create opportunities where none seem to exist. It's not just about grinding for the sake of it. It's about realizing that every ounce of energy you put into your goals moves you closer to something greater. Scarcity teaches you creativity. When you don't have an abundance of resources, you learn to work with what you have. This might mean finding innovative ways to solve problems, thinking outside the box, or maximizing the little that's available to you. That resourcefulness becomes a skill that stays with you, even as you grow and achieve success. It's the mindset of asking not, what do I lack, but what can I do with what I have? That shift in perspective allows you to see possibilities where others see limitations. The absence of privilege can also instill gratitude and humility. When you know what it feels like to struggle, you appreciate every win, no matter how small. Every achievement carries a sense of pride because you know the work and resilience it took to get there. This gratitude doesn't just make the journey more fulfilling. It also keeps you grounded, no matter how much success you achieve. You remain connected to grind, remembering that everything you built came from nothing but your determination and perseverance. Starting from nothing also builds mental toughness. There are no safety nets, which means you have to learn how to cope with uncertainty, rejection, and failure. You don't have the luxury of giving up because there's no alternative. This forces you to develop a mindset of resilience, bouncing back from setbacks and continuing forward, no matter how tough the road becomes. This resilience becomes your armor, allowing you to face challenges head on and emerge stronger every time. When you start from nothing, you also learn to rely on yourself. There's a power in knowing that your success doesn't depend on anyone else's approval, support, or resources. You become self-sufficient, understanding that the keys to your future are in your own hands. This self-reliance builds confidence, not the kind of arrogance that comes from being handed things, but the quiet, unshakable confidence that comes from knowing you've earned every step forward. It's easy to look at others who seem to have everything handed to them and feel like you're at a disadvantage. But often, those who start with everything don't develop the hunger to succeed. They don't experience the same drive because they haven't had to struggle or fight for their place. Starting from nothing, on the other hand, gives you a fire that pushes you to work harder, dig deeper, and go further than others are willing to. That hunger becomes your edge, setting you apart from the competition. The process of starting from nothing also builds a story worth telling. People connect with authenticity and struggle because it's real. Your journey becomes an inspiration not only to yourself, but to others who see what you've accomplished despite the odds. It's not about being flashy or bragging. It's about showing what's possible when you refuse to let circumstances define your future. Your story becomes a testament to the power of grit, perseverance, and vision. The lessons you learn from starting with nothing don't just prepare you for success, they prepare you to sustain it. When you fought for every inch of progress, you don't take success for granted. You understand the effort it takes to build something meaningful, and you're less likely to let it slip away. You're also better equipped to handle future challenges because you've already overcome so much. The resilience, resourcefulness, and work ethic you develop become lifelong tools, helping you navigate any situation that comes your way. Starting from nothing isn't glamorous. It's often messy, uncomfortable, and filled with uncertainty. But it's also a gift because it strips away the distractions and forces you to focus on what truly matters. Your determination, your vision, your willingness to do whatever it takes to achieve your goals. It's not about where you begin, it's about where you're willing to go and the sacrifices you're willing to make to get there. Embracing the reality of starting from nothing means recognizing your own power. You might not have the resources, but you have the drive. You might not have the connections, but you have the determination. You might not have the knowledge, but you have the ability to learn. Everything you need to succeed is already within you. It's just waiting for you to tap into it. Starting from nothing doesn't define your limits. It defines your potential. It sets the stage for you to prove to yourself and the world what you're capable of. It's not the easy path, but it's the path that builds character, resilience, and strength. And when you look back on your journey, you'll realize that starting from nothing wasn't a curse. It was a blessing that shaped you into someone who stops for nothing. Refusing to stop despite challenges is the hallmark of those who achieve greatness. Life has a way of testing your resolve, throwing obstacles in your path just to see how committed you are to your goals. Challenges are not there to break you, they're there to build you. They separate those who truly want success from those who only say they do. Success requires a relentless determination to keep moving forward, no matter how many times life knocks you down. When you encounter difficulties, your mindset is the most critical factor in determining your outcome. It's easy to feel overwhelmed when things don't go as planned, but challenges are not roadblocks, they're stepping stones. Each obstacle you face is an opportunity to grow stronger, wiser, and more capable. You have to shift your perspective and see challenges as opportunities in disguise. Instead of asking, why is this happening to me? Ask, what can I learn from this? The moment you reframe a problem as a chance to grow, you take back your power. Persistence in the face of adversity is what separates those who achieve their dreams from those who don't. Most people stop when things get hard. They give up when they face rejection, failure, or criticism. But success requires pushing through those moments when quitting feels like the easiest option. It's about showing up even when you don't feel like it, even when progress feels slow, and even when the odds seem stacked against you. This persistence builds a momentum that eventually carries you to your goals. Challenges also force you to develop resilience. Resilience isn't something you're born with, it's something you build through experience. It's the ability to bounce back after failure, to keep going after a setback, and to stay focused on your goals even when life seems to be pulling you in every direction. Resilience is like a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it gets. Every time you overcome a challenge, you prove to yourself that you're capable of handling whatever comes your way. One of the biggest barriers to overcoming challenges is fear. Fear of failure, fear of rejection, fear of the unknown. It's natural to feel these things, but you can't let them control you. Fear has a way of magnifying obstacles, making them seem bigger and more intimidating than they really are. The only way to conquer fear is to face it head on. Take one step, then another. As you move forward, the fear begins to shrink, and you realize that the challenge wasn't as insurmountable as it seemed. Another key to pushing through challenges is maintaining focus. When difficulties arise, it's easy to get distracted by doubts and negativity, but you can't afford to lose sight of your goals. Keep your vision clear and remind yourself why you started in the first place. Your purpose has to be bigger than your pain. When you focus on the end goal, the obstacles along the way start to feel less significant. They become temporary inconveniences rather than permanent barriers. It's also important to adapt and be flexible. Challenges often require you to pivot at just your approach. Stubbornly sticking to one method when it's not working won't get you anywhere. Instead, stay open to new ideas and solutions. The ability to adapt is a strength, not a weakness. It shows that you're willing to do whatever it takes to achieve your goals, even if it means changing your plans. Surrounding yourself with the right people is another critical factor in refusing to stop. Challenges can feel isolating, but you don't have to face them alone. Seek out mentors, friends, or colleagues who believe in you and can provide guidance and support. These people can help you see solutions you might have missed and remind you of your potential when self-doubt creeps in. However, it's equally important to distance yourself from those who discourage you or feed your doubts. Your circle should fuel your fire, not extinguish it. When you face challenges, it's also crucial to stay disciplined. Motivation might get you started, but discipline keeps you going when motivation fades. There will be days when you don't feel like putting in the work, when the weight of the obstacles feels too heavy. Those are the moments that define you. Discipline is about taking action even when you don't feel like it. It's about showing up and doing the work day after day because you're committed to your vision. The truth is, challenges are a necessary part of the journey. They test your commitment, your character, and your courage. Without challenges, there's no growth. With obstacles, there's no opportunity to prove to yourself what you're truly capable of. Every challenge you face is shaping you into the person you need to become to achieve your dreams. The struggle is part of the story, and the story is what makes the success worth it. So when life gets tough, when the obstacles seem overwhelming, and when the doubts start creeping in, remember this: quitting is not an option. Stopping is not an option. You didn't come this far to only come this far. Keep going no matter what. Take it one step at a time if you have to, but don't stop. The challenges you're facing today are shaping the success you'll experience tomorrow. Every step forward, no matter how small, brings you closer to your goals. Refuse to let anything stop you, because the only way to fail is to give up. Keep pushing, keep striving, and let nothing stand in your way. Dreaming big is the spark that ignites extraordinary achievements, but it's not enough on its own. Ambition without action is just a wish to turn dreams into reality. You must pair those bold aspirations with relentless hard work and an unshakable commitment to the grind. It's the effort behind the dream that defines whether it will remain a distant fantasy or transform into something tangible. Big dreams challenge you to step outside your comfort zone. They demand you to think beyond your current circumstances and imagine a life that's far greater than the one you have now. But that vision isn't meant to simply inspire you, it's meant to push you into action. The purpose of dreaming big is to set a target so ambitious that it forces you to grow into the person capable of achieving it. To do that, you have to commit to the process, no matter how difficult or inconvenient it may be. One of the hardest truths about pursuing big dreams is that the journey is often long and filled with obstacles. There will be days when progress feels slow or non-existent, and it's tempting to lower your expectations to something more manageable. But you can't let temporary setbacks convince you to settle. The size of your dream determines the size of the effort required. If your goals are massive, your work ethic must match them. It's not enough to work hard once in a while or when you feel motivated. You must grind consistently, day in and day out, even when the results aren't immediately visible. Big dreams demand sacrifice. The time, energy, and focus required to make them happen often come at the expense of other activities. You might have to give up comfort, leisure, or even relationships that don't align with your vision. This doesn't mean isolating yourself or becoming unbalanced, but it does mean prioritizing your goals over distractions. You can't achieve extraordinary results by living an ordinary life if you're not willing to put in the hours and make sacrifices someone else who will surpass you. Execution is what separates dreamers from doers. You can have the most inspiring vision in the world, but if you're not willing to back it up with action, it means nothing. You need to map out a plan and break your dream into smaller, actionable steps. Then tackle those steps with discipline and determination. You don't need to have all the answers or resources up front. Just take the first step, then the next. Momentum builds with every small win. And before you know it, you're closer to achieving your goal than you ever imagined. The path to achieving big dreams is rarely a straight line. Obstacles, failures, and detours are inevitable, but they're also essential. Each challenge forces you to adapt, learn, and improve. Failures in the end is feedback. It's a sign that something needs to change, whether it's your approach, mindset, or strategy. Embrace these lessons and use them to refine your efforts. The ability to persevere the adversity is what allows you to grow into the person capable of achieving your dreams. Self-belief is a critical ingredient in this process. If you don't believe in your dream, no one else will. People may doubt you, criticize your ambitions, or try to pull you down, but their opinions are irrelevant. What matters is your conviction and your willingness to work for what you want. Confidence isn't about arrogance. It's about trusting your ability to figure things out and overcome challenges. When you truly believe in your vision, you'll find ways to make it happen, no matter how impossible it seems. While hard work is non-negotiable, strategy and efficiency also play a crucial role. It's not just about working harder, it's about working smarter. Focus on high-impact actions that move you closer to your goal. Eliminate tasks and habits that don't align with your vision. Surround yourself with people who inspire and challenge you to grow. Seek mentors. Learn from those who have achieved what you aspire to and leverage their knowledge to accelerate your progress. Hard work paired with smart decisions is a powerful combination. Another key element of turning big dreams into reality is patience. In a world where instant gratification is the norm, it's easy to get discouraged when success doesn't come quickly. But greatness takes time. Trees don't bear fruit the day they're planted, and neither will your efforts. Stay committed to the process, trust that your work will pay off, and keep moving forward. Remember, the most rewarding achievements are the ones you have to fight for. Big dreams also require resilience. There will be times when you feel like giving up, when the challenges seem too overwhelming and the progress feels too slow. In those moments, remind yourself of why you started. Go back to the vision that inspired you in the first place. Let it reignite your passion and push you through the tough times. Persistence is what separates those who achieve their dreams from those who give up too soon. Lastly, remember that dreaming big isn't just about achieving a goal. It's about becoming the person who can accomplish it. The journey shapes you, stretches you, and reveals strength you didn't know you had. Every step you take, every challenge you overcome, and every effort you make is building you into the individual capable of living the life you've envisioned. Your dream is the destination, but the process is where the real transformation happens. Dreaming big is a bold act of faith, not just in the possibility of success, but in yourself. But it's not enough to dream, you have to do. The grind, the sacrifices, and the setbacks are all part of the process. If you're willing to put in the work and refuse to quit, your big dream won't just be an idea, it will be your reality. Let your ambition fuel your actions and never stop striving for what you know you're capable of achieving. Failure is not the end of the road, it's a necessary part of the journey toward success. Too often, failure is viewed as a dead end, a reason to quit or a confirmation of inadequacy. But in reality, failure is one of the most powerful teachers you will ever encounter. It's not a stopping point. It's a stepping stone that forces you to confront weaknesses, adapt your approach, and build the resilience required for long-term success. The first step to reframing failure is understanding that it's inevitable. No matter how skilled, talented, or prepared you are, you will encounter setbacks along the way. Accepting this truth can be liberating. It allows you to approach challenges with a growth mindset instead of fearing mistakes. If you're not failing, you're not pushing yourself hard enough. The only way to avoid failure entirely is to play it safe. But safety rarely leads to greatness. Progress requires taking risks, and with risk comes the possibility of failure. Failure teaches lessons that success cannot. When everything goes right, it's easy to assume you mastered the process. But success often masks weaknesses and prevents growth. Failure, on the other hand, shines a spotlight on areas that need improvement. It forces you to analyze what went wrong, take accountability, and adjust your strategy. Every failure contains valuable insights if you're willing to reflect and learn from it. This process of learning from failure strengthens your skills and prepares you for bigger challenges in the future. Embracing failure requires humility. It's not always easy to admit when you've made a mistake or fallen short, but doing so is a sign of strength, not weakness. Acknowledging your failure shows that you're open to growth and willing to do the work necessary to improve. This humility allows you to view failure objectively without letting it define your worth or potential. It's not about beating yourself up over mistakes, it's about using them as fuel to move forward. One of the most important lessons failure teaches is resilience. The ability to bounce back after a setback is what separates those who achieve their goals from those who give up. Resilience is built by facing adversity head on and refusing to let it stop you. Each time you get back up after a failure, you reinforce your belief in yourself and your ability to overcome challenges. This resilience becomes a core part of who you are, enabling you to tackle even bigger obstacles in the future. Failure also helps you develop perseverance. Success is rarely achieved on the first attempt. Most people who accomplish great things have failed multiple times along the way. What sets them apart is their refusal to quit. They keep going even when the odds are against them because they understand that failure is part of the process. Perseverance means staying committed to your goals even when progress feels slow or non-existent. It's about showing up every day and putting in the work, no matter how many times you've fallen short before. Another key to turning failure into a stepping stone is maintaining perspective. When you're in the midst of a setback, it can feel overwhelming, as if the failure defines your entire journey. But failure is just one moment in time. It doesn't erase your progress or diminish your potential. Keeping a long-term perspective allows you to see failure for what it truly is. A temporary obstacle, not a permanent condition. The path to success is rarely a straight line. It's filled with twists, turns, and setbacks. What matters is that you keep moving forward. It's also essential to separate your identity from your failures. Failing at something doesn't mean you are a failure. Too often, people internalize their mistakes and allow them to affect their self-worth. But your value isn't determined by your achievements or setbacks. Failure is simply feedback. It's information that helps you grow and improve. By detaching your sense of self from your results, you free yourself to take risks and pursue your goals without fear of judgment. Failure can also fuel innovation and creativity. When one approach doesn't work, it forces you to think differently and explore new solutions. Some of the greatest breakthroughs in history have come from failures that led to unexpected discoveries. Failure pushes you to step outside your comfort zone and try things you might not have considered otherwise. This willingness to experiment and adapt is crucial for long-term success. Another critical aspect of handling failure is cultivating patience. Achieving meaningful goals takes time, and failure is often a sign that you're still in the process of learning and growing. Impatience can lead to frustration and the temptation to give up, but patience allows you to stay focused on the bigger picture. Trust that every setback is bringing you closer to success, even if the progress isn't immediately visible. Finally, failure builds character. The struggle to overcome setbacks shapes you into a stronger, more determined individual. It teaches you discipline, grit, and the value of persistence. It also instills empathy as you gain a deeper understanding of what it takes to succeed in the challenges others face on their journeys. These qualities not only contribute to your own success, but also enable you to inspire and support others in their pursuits. Failure is not something to fear or avoid, it's something to embrace. It's a natural part of growth and an essential component of success. Every great achievement is built on a foundation of failures that were overcome through hard work, perseverance, and a commitment to learning. The next time you face a setback, remember that it's not a sign to stop. It's an invitation to rise stronger, smarter, and more determined than before. Failure is not the end of your journey. It's just the beginning of a new chapter. The company you keep plays a pivotal role in shaping the trajectory of your life. The people you surround yourself with can either elevate you to new heights or drag you down into mediocrity. It's a reality often overlooked, but the truth is, your environment and the relationships you cultivate are reflections of where you're headed. If you want to achieve greatness, you need to align yourself with individuals who share your vision, challenge you to grow, and push you beyond your limits. The energy of those around you has a profound influence on your mindset and motivation. Positive, driven, and ambitious people can inspire you to aim higher and work harder. Their passion is contagious, and their commitment to success becomes a model for your own behavior. On the other hand, being surrounded by negative, complacent, or unmotivated individuals can sap your energy and stunt your progress. Their doubts, complaints, and excuses can seep into your own thinking, making it harder to maintain focus and confidence. Your circle of influence doesn't just affect your mood, it directly impacts your actions. If the people around you prioritize growth, discipline, and success, those values will naturally become part of your daily life. You'll find yourself adopting productive habits, setting higher standards, and holding yourself accountable. Conversely, if your circle encourages procrastination, self-doubt, or shortcuts, it becomes easy to fall into those same patterns. The environment you create is either a tool or a trap, depending on the choices you make. One of the most powerful aspects of choosing the right circle is the support system it provides. Pursuing ambitious goals is rarely a solitary journey. There will be moments of doubt, failure, and frustration when you'll need encouragement and guidance. A strong, positive circle lifts you up in those moments, reminding you of your potential and reinforcing your belief in yourself. They celebrate your wins, no matter how small, and remind you of your progress when you're too focused on the setbacks. To build a circle that fuels your growth, you need to seek out people who challenge you to be better. This doesn't mean surrounding yourself with yes men who agree with everything you say. Growth comes from constructive feedback, honest conversations, and being held accountable. True friends and mentors aren't afraid to call you out when you're slipping or settling for less than your best. They push you to keep striving, even when it's uncomfortable or inconvenient. It's also essential to look for people who are already where you want to be. Surrounding yourself with those who have achieved the success you're aiming for can be incredibly motivating. Their experiences and insights provide a roadmap for your own journey, showing you what's possible and how to get there. They become living proof that your dreams are attainable, and their presence inspires you to keep moving forward. At the same time, it's important to eliminate or distance yourself from relationships that hold you back. This doesn't mean cutting ties with everyone who isn't on the same path as you, but it does mean being intentional about the energy you allow into your life. People who constantly criticize, doubt, or undermine your goals can derail your progress. Their negativity can plant seeds of self-doubt and make it harder to stay focused. While it may be difficult, setting boundaries with these individuals is an act of self-preservation and commitment to your future. Building a strong circle also requires you to be the type of person you want to attract. Relationships are a two-way street, and you can't expect to surround yourself with positive, driven individuals if you're not embodying those qualities yourself. Be someone who uplifts others, offers support, and holds them accountable. Led by example, and you'll naturally attract like-minded people who align with your values and vision. Another key aspect of creating a powerful circle is diversity of thought and experience. Surrounding yourself with people from different backgrounds, industries, and perspectives can expand your thinking and open doors to new opportunities. They can challenge your assumptions, spark creativity, and introduce you to ideas you might not have considered otherwise. Growth comes from stepping outside your comfort zone, and a diverse circle encourages you to do just that. It's also important to remember that your circle is not limited to personal relationships. Books, podcasts, and other forms of content can serve as mentors and sources of inspiration. If you don't have access to the people you aspire to be like, immerse yourself in their ideas and teachings. The knowledge and mindset you gain from these sources can be just as transformative as a personal relationship. Ultimately, your circle is a reflection of your priorities and your vision for the future. If you're serious about achieving your goals, you need to surround yourself with people who share that commitment. Be intentional about the relationships you cultivate, and don't be afraid to make changes when necessary. The right circle will not only support you, but also challenge you to grow into the person you need to be to achieve your dreams. Your environment shapes your mindset, your habits, and your actions. Surround yourself with those who inspire, motivate, and challenge you, and you'll find that your path to success becomes clearer and more attainable. The people you allow into your life have the power to lift you up or hold you back, so choose wisely. Your circle is your foundation. Make it strong, make it supportive, and make it align with the greatness you're striving for. Consistency is the secret weapon of success. It's not about grand gestures or occasional bursts of effort. It's about showing up every single day and doing the work, even when you don't feel like it. Consistency builds momentum, develops discipline, and separates those who achieve their goals from those who are short. It's the steady commitment to the process that turns small efforts into massive results over time. At the core of consistency is the understanding that success isn't achieved overnight. It's the result of compounded effort day in and day out. Whether you're working toward personal growth, professional goals, or physical transformation, the key is persistence. The small actions you take consistently may not seem significant in the moment, but over time, they add up to something extraordinary. Think of it like planting seeds. You don't see the fruits of your labor immediately, but with time, patience, and care, those seeds grow into something remarkable. Consistency demands discipline, especially when the excitement of starting something new wears off. It's easy to be motivated at the beginning of a journey when everything feels fresh and full of potential, but motivation is fleeting. It comes and goes. Discipline is what keeps you going when motivation fades. It's the ability to stick to your commitments, even on the hard days when progress feels slow, distractions are tempting, and giving up seems easier. Discipline is a muscle, and consistency is the way you strengthen it. The beauty of consistency is that it simplifies success. Instead of trying to do everything all at once, you focus on small, manageable actions repeated over time. This approach not only reduces overwhelm, but also increases the likelihood of long-term success. For example, if your goal is to improve your health, committing to 30 minutes of exercise every day is far more effective than an intense workout once a month. It's the accumulation of those daily habits that create sustainable change. Consistency also builds trust, both in yourself and in the eyes of others. When you show up consistently, you prove to yourself that you can be relied upon. This boosts your confidence and reinforces your belief in your ability to achieve your goals. At the same time, consistency earns the trust and respect of those around you. Whether it's your colleagues, clients, or loved ones, people value reliability. Being consistent in your actions, values, and communication strengthens relationships and establishes your credibility. One of the challenges of consistency is that progress often feels invisible in the early stages. You might be putting in work day after day without seeing immediate results. This can be frustrating, and it's where many people give up. But consistency requires faith in the process. Trust that the effort you're putting in will eventually pay off, even if the rewards aren't apparent right away. It's like filling a jar drop by drop. At first, it seems like nothing is happening, but eventually the jar overflows. Consistency also helps you develop resilience. Life is unpredictable, and there will always be obstacles that threaten to derail your progress. When you build a habit of showing up consistently, it becomes easier to stay on track, even in the face of challenges. Consistency creates a foundation of stability, allowing you to weather the storms and keep moving forward. It's not about perfection, it's about persistence. Even if you stumble, the habit of consistency makes it easier to get back on track. Another powerful aspect of consistency is the way it builds momentum. The more you show up and do the work, the easier it becomes to keep going. Each small win reinforces your commitment and creates a sense of progress. This momentum can be incredibly motivating, making it easier to push through difficult moments and stay focused on your goals. Success breeds success, and consistency is the engine that drives it. Consistency isn't just about effort, it's also about focus. It's easy to get distracted by new opportunities, shiny objects, or the latest trends. But true progress comes from staying committed to your goals and following through on your plan. Consistency requires saying no to distractions and staying aligned with your priorities. It's about putting your energy into the things that matter most and resisting the temptation to scatter your efforts. A common misconception about consistency is that it requires perfection. In reality, consistency is about showing up more often than not. You don't have to be perfect. You just have to be persistent. There will be days when you miss a workout, skip a task, or fall short of your goal. What matters is how quickly you get back on track. Consistency isn't about never failing. It's about refusing to quit. To cultivate consistency, start by creating a routine that supports your goals. Make your desired actions a non-negotiable part of your day, like brushing your teeth or eating a meal. Reduce friction by setting up your environment for success. For example, if you want to write every morning, keep your workspace ready and free of distractions. Small adjustments to your habits and surroundings can make it easier to stay consistent. Another way to maintain consistency is to track your progress. Keeping a record of your efforts not only helps you stay accountable, but also provides a visual reminder of how far you've come. When progress feels slow, looking back at your consistency can be a powerful motivator. Celebrate your wins, no matter how small, and use them as fuel to keep going. Consistency is the bridge between intention and achievement. It's the daily commitment to your goals that transforms dreams into reality. It doesn't matter how talented, skilled, or lucky you are. If you're not consistent, you won't succeed. But when you show up every day, put in the work, and stay committed, there's no limit to what you can achieve. It's not about doing extraordinary things once. It's about doing the ordinary things consistently. That's where greatness is built.